Good morning. My friend has a secret test going on and she sent us the pattern the other day and I didn't get a chance to start it. But I want to get started, so I thought I'd start this video. Poor lighting, but we're making it work and things will evolve as we go on. It's a Monday and I just stay tired, but this is going to be a secret project. I am using Debbie Bliss. It's a DK. It's got some labels over it, so I can't tell. And it's a cashmere DK. It's 55% merino wool, 33% microfiber, and 12% cashmere. It feels so soft. They're 50-gram skeins. This secret project is done with Lola Bean yarn. I only have some Lola Bean yarn that I got at Rhinebeck that I hope to design with, and I can't wait to use, but this is going to be pretty cool to be part of. And I think it's also in combination with furls. So then I have these three, which look like black here, but it's actually like a navy, and it's also very soft because it's made with silk, polyamide, and viscose. But it is Lang Moena. And these are also, did I say 50 grams? So I feel like I might play a little bit of yarn chicken, but I think I should be able to make it. I'm going to go ahead and start swatching. You get to swatch like in pattern for the first like several rows of the pattern, but the original rows are a lot of stitches. So I'm going to do a smaller portion of it, but I'm probably going to use a lot, like each separate cake, so I don't have to cut the yarn in case I need to switch hook sizes. She suggested a 4mm hook. I'm going to go with it, even though normally I never get to use the designer's suggestion. I got this cool hook. It says my name on it. 4mm is actually like one of my favorite hook sizes. And my friend Ro got me a personalized one. So I really would love to use that for this project because I haven't got to use it yet. So let's see. Hopefully we get gauge. My two different fibers are definitely reacting differently. I feel like the one with wool is fuller, and this is designed with wool. So I mean, I feel like it's getting the more realness. And then this with the silk and viscose or whatever polyamide blend, you can tell is more airy. But I almost feel like this accentuates the tire track look, which I didn't say already before. That's kind of the inspiration she had behind this design. I don't know the whole story yet. I can't wait to hear it. But it is supposed to look like tire tracks. So I'm real excited to see that develop. I think I'm going to be able to use a 4mm, but I have to use a different hook because for some reason that hook that I was talking about was catching. But yeah, I think my finished product is going to have to be heavily pinned like this. But I love the look. Okay. I am about to go to bed, but I realized when I pinned everything out earlier this morning that I forgot I did more stitches to measure in between, but that all fit within the 4-inch square, so it technically wasn't to gauge. And then I tried to stretch it and give myself the room for that, but I felt like that just accentuated the gaps more with the blue, like the navy yarn versus the cream yarn. And so I decided to go
up a needle, a hook size, and I'm using my Clover Amore hook. This is a 4.5 millimeters. So I was going to swatch again, like rip out my swatch, and since I'm so close on yardage, I really don't want to cut anything, but I and I felt like since I already blocked that stuff and I had stretched it, I'm not gonna get like a rail gauge by swatching with that with a new hook. So I just decided to start, and then I'm gonna measure it, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna be right. And I just roughly checked. I'll show you. I just roughly checked this. Look at that. Look at all them stitches. And I feel like it's gonna be right. I didn't measure like the full length, but I don't think like it's gonna be great to match the full finished length. And she suggests to use stitch markers to keep track of all these stitches, but you know what? I'm a masochist, and I just decided I would count it, and fortunately, it all worked out.
Okay, so I have a collection of other yarns because I feel like this is not gonna work out with what I originally planned here. It's just poor lighting here yet again. I should have shown earlier, but this is like 2 rows here, which are supposed to be like the width of these, and I feel like it's just not the same. Since I already did some working of this yarn while swatching, I feel like it thinned it out, and I don't know if it's because of the blend of the yarn. So I hit up my stash again, and I do have some of like another knit crate yarn that's DK that is like has alpaca and stuff, which I'm not a fan of. So, and it's like a gray, and I feel like it would look very Halloween-y with this. So I pulled this one out, and I made a Jessie May top with it before, and I'm pretty sure this is basically a whole skein. A little bit more remnants from the second one from me making the tank. I was going to save that to make the matching shorts, but this I feel like might be more summery looking than I want my wrap to be. And I'm just so obsessed with the texture, like with the feeling and softness of those fibers. So I really would like that. I have my other Friendship Has Lace Borders top that I'm working to as a whip. So I busted these out, and this is a viscose. This is a viscose too. So I'm almost thinking, okay, and then whenever I turn the camera on, I realize these might not actually be the same yarn as this. So this is like 109 yards each thing, and by the estimates, this should be able to work for what I would use this cream yarn for. So since this is viscose and this has viscose in it, I feel like they would blend together better than the way this wool, cashmere, whatever is blending with it. I was trying to still keep up with that and see, but I just don't think I'm gonna have enough yardage to cut it on that. So I don't think it's really worth my time anymore on that. So I think I'm gonna use this with that. And this is a backup. And yeah, that's that. We'll see how things go. I think I have lost count at how many times I've had to redo this thing. I've had to count the stitches gobs of times. I've lost count of how many times I've done that too. Just do what Nikisi says and use a stitch marker every 50 stitches, okay? Make your life easier. I am on a freaking roll. I am beyond the halfway point. But I will tell you the way I got here, using these stinking stitch markers. I still didn't learn the lesson. Like, I had to redo over and over again down here in this zone again this morning, because I literally have to count like almost every single row within each stitch marker section just to make sure I don't lose a stitch, mostly at the beginning and the end. But it's fine. Look how beautiful this is. This is the right side. It's adorable. Also, I feel like I need to add, I love this fiber. I think it's gonna be so silky smooth, and I love the idea that I'm not gonna be feeling itchy at all. I decided that steaming would work the best with this fiber, not to mention that it's a quick way of blocking when you have to take photos on the same day. I never really break out a proper steamer on my makes because the iron works just as good. I will say that it probably would help to be laid fully flat out and possibly pinned to get the cleanest lines with this. But that would take like a lot of blocking mats and pins. If you have all the tools, go for it. For mine, I foresee that everything will fall into place with wear. We've had some storms here. They rolled right through, and I think like I finished steaming, and I've got stickers and grass bits all up in it already. And adding some fringe. I decided to add fringe to mine, and I am obsessed with it. I'm gonna have to clean up the edges a little bit, especially after being out here in the inclements and getting stickers and all kinds of stuff. But I think like the lighting out here is perfect. So I got a couple photos, enough to share with the group. This was a complete joy to make. I will add, I suggest doing a foundation double crochet instead of the chain stitches. If you don't know that skill, you ought to learn that skill, because it will give you a little bit more give on both sides, because I have one side of the tension is pretty tight and the other side the tension is pretty loose, and I feel like no matter what, when it comes to chain stitches, I struggle with that. Cars driving by, thunders, it's wonderful, and the birds chirping. Wow. I love when it's like an open sky and you can see like the birds fly by. It is rather beautiful and vibrant, which makes for some great photo content and video content. The way the lighting is, it's so overcast, but I don't know when the downpour is going to happen to me. Anyway, I finished this baby so quick, and I love the fiber that I used. I might have to redo this fringe with all the stickers I'm ripping out. I know you could also do like a knotting technique of joining the yarns at the end. I know Chiwe has done it on her color changing shawls. So if you don't want to have fringe and you don't want to weave in ends, then you can do that. But I'm telling you what, viscose makes for a great summertime scarf, but I'm trying to go with winter vibes right now, I guess, even though it's so green out here. Anyway, I just wanted to show you the slinky drape. The stylings I've come up with is like this, and I think pinned would be cool, and even with a summer dress or a tube dress, you could have some coverage, some shoulder coverage, with a nice little back detail and maybe show a little bit of skin there. I've come up with like just doing like a regular thing like this, and it dangles very pretty with a little coat. You know, the traditional put through the loop like this, although it's not like super long length for anything like that, to where you can like feed it through and give different decor. Really, with the one that I've made here, I almost think you could do like a head wrap, like not the way my hair is doing. Maybe I can try it. I don't know. I need to look at it and see.
even like as like a decor like this, like you could pin like this. You could even go with more length and make yourself like a swim cover up, I think. The look of this is amazing, but if you go with the idea, with the concept and of it being like a tire tread, then you'll want to keep this width, because I feel like that really gets that grasp, and like it really grasps, it looks like a tire. I'm all over the place on my words because I'm trying to hurry and I'm feeling a little stressed with the weather if it starts raining. Plus I'm hungry. Nikisi told me the name she's gonna go with today. It's something remnants. How did I already forget? I literally I got distracted. But it's a great name. You will have known that already. Fantastic name. I love her stories and the meaning behind her makes. And I feel like it can set a good intention for when you're actually making the thing. And yeah, super fun. Love the stitch texture. I guess that's all I got for you. Oh, you could wear it like this too. Just to clarify, residual remnants. I just want to remember the joy that I felt when I first heard that name. Like, so to have this documented, that like, I know before you know also, like what a good name, right? Like Residual Remnants Wrap. I love all the like to it. I don't know if she's gonna go with wrap, but I like the idea and concept of it being a wrap. Versus like a shawl or a scarf. You know, honestly, this thing could even be like a centerpiece for a table. Like if you could have like a get together for a beautiful meal and you have like one of those long tables and you just had that in the middle, like a tire track or like a track, I think it would be beautiful. And the fringe could really pull through on something like that to hang over the sides. I don't think that people put enough stock into the fact that wraps can be used in so many different ways. They're very versatile and they're very pleasing to make. I tried to put a little dress on to mimic like a summer vibe. And then of course it's like overcast today, but you can style it however you like. I think I gave you some good ideas. You probably should go somewhere to give more of an elegant vibe, but I don't really have a great excuse. The overcast is getting me and I miss the summer. I've been like hanging on to doing this. I do love this thing and I am thrilled about the collaboration.